Insiders, today we ended up with 4,351 profit across 10 accounts. One account took a loss, so we are like 92% win rate. The account loss says $431, but it's actually $25 if you calculate the drawdown. Account costs $252. You minus the drawdown, you divide it, etc., and we end up with a $25 actual loss. So the first trade of the day was taken after US CPI year over year, month over month, core CPI year over year, month over month, New York Fed manufacturing, after all that key red flash data came out. US CPI year over year came in at 2.7%, expected to be 2.7. And New York Fed came at 5.5, expected to be negative 9.2. So all in all, it came in green, positive for today. That is why we got a wick up. We got a wick up of around 100 points to start the day at around 8:30, minute after, to be fair. And I ended up shorting after it already pumped up, just playing the extremes. I love playing the extremes when it's quick wick up, quick wick down. I like going against trend when it's uncertain, fearful. People don't know when it's going to stop. I trade at key levels, key pivot points, and I just glanced over. My chart was on screen, and I just shorted, and it continued to go up a little bit. That's why the first entry was here, second entry here, selling in between, and profiting 720 to start the day. And then we have the next account. I tried to short again, but then I saw that there was some bullishness to this, so I ended up cutting the trade a little short and only making $29 in that account. The next account, we waited until market open. Market open, wick up, didn't trade any of this, just stayed patient. Also was a little late to stream, to be fair, but it was consolidating a little bit around this pivot point, and I just noticed it was wicking down a little too gently for it to be really bearish. If you guys look, this NQ 30-minute chart, I was expecting this to come down and fill the gap early. It did not come, and it just held above that VWAP. So then I had to change biases. Then it started just consolidating. Now it's pumping up, to be fair. The ES was the same way. I was expecting this to come, fill the gap, then have a little pop, at least test the 200 SMA. It really never got to it until the latter half of the day when I ended stream. Then it finally propped up above the 100 SMA, propped up above the 200 SMA. But everything was kind of propping down, and I got this low right here at 8:30s when we got that wick up. I figured it would want to wick through the lows. If you heard me on stream, the pivot point at 23,139, the lows right here. I waited until it wicked through all that and then started my entries, and then sold out when it pumped to the pivot point. Should have held. It's all hindsight to be fair, but could have secured a lot more in this trade. A lot more. Could have held all the way to the 20 May, maybe the pivot point up top, maybe these lows, but I just thought it was too weak. I thought it was going to flush down even lower, and we were already overextended, already at all-time highs in the stock market, NQ, and I just figured it would flush lower. Next account, we waited for about 30 minutes, then took a trade, want to establish some price action. And we had the conviction of going long here. We had 2 in this, I believe, and waited to enter until the 21 EMA. It was kind of testing it back and forth. Just decided to take a risk. I believe we had a stop on this trade as well. Could be wrong. And we sold one at the pivot point and then trailed one all the way up. And ended up taking it at the wick up, I believe, or when it was starting to show signs of weakness. Straight after that, a minute later, we took the next trade. It was at this range, and I just took a stab out of it. Ended up shorting and making $58. Really didn't like the short, but all hindsight, then it started to flush down, etc., etc. It really was hard to judge today because Nvidia was propping up. Nvidia currently is sitting at 4.15% up. AMD is up 6.3%. Alibaba's up 7.8%. So it's just hard to gauge. Really hard to gauge today. Plus, we had Trump news, David Sachs news. It offered some volatility, not as much as I was anticipating. And I really was, I took this long betting on a V-shaped recovery all the way to the top, all the way to the higher market at 23,022, which is that range. Next trade was a couple minutes after that. We took a short, $468. We bagged on this short. Just shorted this rejection of the trend line again. Rejection of the 20 MA. Wanted to wick through the 20 MA, wick through the pivot point. Pivot point at 23,169. If you were on stream, you knew this was a key pivot point. A lot of consolidation between this zone and got this wick down. On the wick down, we instantly cut the trade for a $468 gain. Just basic stuff. Higher high, higher low, lower high, lower low, lower high again, rejection, and then betting on a lower low, but sold before he even made the lower low, to be fair. It was above the NQ 30-minute VWAP as well. That's something we were paying attention to. And if you guys see, today started very, very bearish, as I said. You know, just stair-stepping its way, had the wick up at 8:30, then straight down, and then just consolidation, and it's still consolidating around this VWAP. So I was betting on this gap filling because the ES filled the gap pretty early on at 10:30, about an hour in the market. I was figuring maybe around 12:30 this would drop to the gap fill at 23,035. Didn't end up coming to fruition. And next trade was, I took a short once it popped up a little bit, bounced above the VWAP, then rejected the 20 MA, rejected this pivot point, didn't quite get to it, rejected the VWAP, and I took a trade out, took a stab out of it. Believe I put a stop on this trade as well, and ended up profiting $948 on this. We held till it flushed the low, and could have held a little more. I did trail one contract down a little bit, but to be fair, we ended up with around 30 points, 25 points on this one, somewhere around there. Profiting 948. Can't be mad. This is basic too. Lower low, lower high, and then it rejected this key level, a couple key levels. The 21 EMA on the NQ 5-minute, 21 EMA on the NQ 2-minute, and the VWAP on the NQ 30-minute. Also the pivot point, I had it in mind that it could prop up a little bit here, but it just fully flushed down and gave us the 948. So can't be mad at it too much. Can't be mad at it. Also this is a good point to point out. NQ 30-minute, William Zarhar today was overextended all day. And I was expecting more bearish activity in the gap field, mainly because of this RSI. This RSI, I showed you guys earlier on stream, if you were watching today. RSI came below the MA inside of it, came up, and I figured it would come bounce, tap the MA, then come straight down. Kind of just stair step. Now it's in consolidation, trying to get back above it. I figured it would fill the gap today, not gonna lie. Didn't end up coming to fruition. We bought this after it wicked down, almost got to this pivot point, got a bounce, bounced up above the pivot point, bounced up above the VWAP of the NQ 30-minute, tapped it, rejected it. Then it came up pretty strong, creating a higher low, gained above the 20 MA, took a stab at it. Did put a stop on this trade, I remember that, and only trailed it up because it took 2, 4, 6 minutes. If this trade, if you were watching, I was like, it's hesitating too much, so I just cut it at the VWAP when it wicked up a little bit. Now, a minute later, it ended up wicking to this range. That's the true thing we wanted. It just took a little too long, and I thought we may finally reject. So I held the wrong bias, but still got 10 out of 11 trades correct for a 92% win rate. Can't really be mad. We profited 333 on this account, on this trade. Next account is over here. We traded about 10 minutes after that other trade. So this created a higher high in the formation, higher low. So then we switched to I switched to this. I figured this would start to grind up and complete the V-shaped recovery. The V-shaped recovery, we were over the NQ 30 minute, over the 2 minute, over the 21 EMA on the 2 minute, over the 21 EMA on the 5 minute. And we were creating some really good price action here. And I figured we would just continue up, little consolidation, little pullback on the 1 minute candle, continue up. This is what this is. So we profited around 332, but that was mainly off this one contract right there. One contract. And then this one was basically break even. So we sold 1 or 2 and then put 1 break even for $332. The next one was the loss. So if we flip this, 431, but the actual loss is 25 in the drawdown for real. Now we do need to recoup that 431. That's where it gets complicated. That's why I leave the losses off. And I'm being a little more transparent to you guys because you guys are the insiders. So if you want to know the math, you do 4,500. That's the drawdown that you have. Then you divide that by 50, you get 90. Then you take that 90, you divide the 252, and then you get the price per 50. Or you can do $1. I did 50, just round it up, and you get $431 loss, $450 loss. That's what I did. So this is actually a little inaccurate. It's around 23, but actual 25, just round it up. So we took a loss here. The loss here and why this trade went incorrect. Why this trade went incorrect is because this is a higher high, a higher low, into a lower high, into a higher low, and then it was just complete chop. Complete chop. We got above the 20 EMA, started wicking up. I figured, let's go. We're about to wick past this pivot point. It just wanted to be stubborn, fake all the shorts in, fake all the longs in, get them both out on both sides, and finally complete that V-shaped recovery. Had no intention of doing that the whole entire time. ATR, if you look, if you can't see, but ATR was dropping the entire time. The entire time. Went from 20 to 12 within a matter of like 20 minutes. Absolutely insane. So we took a little loss here. And luckily we had a stop. To be fair, if we didn't have a stop, we would have been full ported here. And then we would have sold once it got above the 21 EMA. Tapped it at least. So, but that's all hindsight. This could have literally flushed all the way down that low volatility, like you guys have seen many a times. So this last account, we traded crypto in between this, and I will get to that in a minute. Crypto in between this. So this is a higher high, lower low, lower high, and then flush down. This would be the true buy opportunity, but decided to let it go. And then we longed it at the pivot point after it flushed down 50 points, 30 points within like 1 or 2 minutes. And I just took the risk, took the opportunity, honestly thinking it would come down to this 23,063 pivot point. It didn't, and we ended up making $228 in that account for a total of $4,351 in NQ futures. Now, if we go over to BITUNIX, we took a short right here, and the census of this, I put a fib right here, and then I short it when the candle, we were actually on a 15-minute chart, when the candle wicked below the 23.6 fib. And I just put a stop loss above this, full port of the account, and ended up with a $57 profit. That's not technically a lot because $16 is the fee. So technically we made $16 plus 57. It's not a lot. Just decided to take a trade. Was this is kind of a bad trade. Not gonna lie to you. Obviously, if you held it now, all hindsight, it would have worked out flawlessly more. We would be up 300, 400, but that's all hindsight. It's fine. So we shorted here. Honestly, won it full wick. Basically got it and scalped 50. It's not a great trade setup to begin with. The trade's already moved, and I kind of wasn't betting on Bitcoin continue up for at least the time being. I do think there's a good chance to long Bitcoin in the next week or so. Let the news settle a bit, then come back in once the fear and greed index is settled out. May take a little longer than a week, but I'm betting on probably a week. Good trade opportunity to come, and we're just waiting for that. So the census was really just going off this fib and just going off how much this has moved down without a pump up, but just knowing that it's still weak. It's still weak and was probably going to have a pullback around this 23.6 fib. Knowing that we would be stopped out and just accepting the loss, we were trading profits, and that's about it. I will see you guys at 8:30 a.m. EST trading US PPI. Stay perseverant over resistance. Don't FOMO, don't overtrade, and most importantly, there are no missed opportunities, only the next one. See you guys there. Peace.